Hi, welcome to Lily's Rez Chick Kitchen. I grew up on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, and life was limited there. You couldn't just run to the grocery store for things that you needed any time of the day or night, and so you grew up making do with what you had. Cooking was pretty basic. We didn't have access to much of anything. Basic meat and potatoes. There weren't a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables available. When I left the reservation to go to Princeton and took a chemistry class is when I first experienced that aha moment, and cooking fell into place for me. It just made sense. Everything has a temperature at which it changes, and I applied that to foods. The adversity of the Rez stood me in good stead as I became a young adult and a single working mom. If I didn't have what I needed, I couldn't just go get it because my resources were limited. But, we managed. I didn't have a rolling pin at one point, and I was making probably fry bread. I looked around my house and I had a broken broomstick handle. I cut it off with a hacksaw, and my neighbor rounded the edges of it for me, and voila, I had a rolling pin. I discovered I liked cooking, and as I became a more experienced cook, I started to experiment with spices, and I wanted a spice blend that had no sugar and was low in salt, but there wasn't anything on the shelves. If you look at spice blends for whatever, barbecue, rubs, you'll see that the first thing they have is lots of salt, and you'll also see that they have sugar and MSG and chemicals. So through trial and error and a little bit of indigenuity, Lily's Magic Powder was born. Lily's Rez Chick Kitchen is all about everyday cooking, using what you got, no she recipes. We'll learn some traditional recipes from my culture. We'll look at how to make really tasty everyday recipes. We'll talk about how to arrange your kitchen to the best advantage. If you got a 1-butt or 6-butt kitchen, you got to know the kitchen dance. We'll talk about gadgets that I use, and maybe they weren't intended for that purpose, but they are now. And we'll just have some fun. So let's get started.